Okay, so now we're gonna do the same thing. I got the tank up top and I'm gonna put the water in here. So to do that, I'll turn all the power off. So it's completely dark. And I'll just go external power directly to this so I can control it better. I'll drop this into the tank all the way down to the bottom here. And then we're just gonna fill up this to the desired point, and then we'll replace the top tank with fresh water. So it's kind of like a water change, but I'm actually not, I water changed that a few days ago, so I know it's really good. I'm just trying to make this tank match that. And I have dirty water. I'll empty out in a second, but that's there. Okay, so again, one crucial thing here is that you want to make sure that you have a power source so you can turn off this so it doesn't siphon, because this will siphon, the tank will continue siphoning past the tank if you have it in the water. So you have to be careful of that. And I have shocked myself by playing with the electrical cord directly from the pump into an outlet. So having the switch here makes it a lot safer dealing with water and electricity, and just, you gotta be careful. You can definitely shock yourself. So this is like the on off for the pump for me. So I don't have to actually touch the plug. And then when it's off, I can unplug it. Something to note, safety is very important with this stuff, and something you have to think about. So with that, now I can start pumping it in here. And so what I'll do is I'll just, again, set this up where I want it to be. And I have this in here, and I have this, I'm just gonna make sure it's in the off position. Okay, and so I have that ready. The fish are safe, and so I'll start pumping. There we go. As you can see, it's pumping from the big tank into the small tank, and I'll just use this to kind of rinse off the sides. I'll kind of clean with it. I'll do whatever I can to, and I don't think the clownfish should get close to the pump, at least I hope they do. It's the only thing that could hurt them. So let's keep out for that. Kind of keep it, they're kind of staying behind the rock. They notice it. It's the only thing in the water on. But I'm slowly filling this up. So I'm gonna try to fill this up pretty tall just because it's been evaporating a lot. So I'll probably fill it up to close to the top part of it. You'll see, like maybe like an inch. I have to be careful about not spilling anything in here. But that's a good flow of water. So I'll actually turn it off because it's siphoning. And now I'll just make sure I pull out the top. While this is still pouring here, I'm gonna pull out the top and take it out of the water until it stops siphoning like that. And that's the best way to do that in terms of, you have to, the gravity and the flow of it will keep it moving even when you don't want it anymore. Okay, so I did that. I'll put it in my bucket so it's dry now, and we have a good amount of water in the tank. So I can put the lid back on here and start filtering this. But I actually want to mix this around and then maybe do another water change in here later again. So I'm just trying to get this water into the gravel and keep on mixing the two together, because this is good, but this is probably not good down here. It's too much junk in there, and so I have to keep on filtering that out. But this water should be cycled and good for anything to go in here. I'm not going to test it on my two clowns, but if I get something new or if something goes wrong, this tank is now available for me as a resource, and it's light enough to where I can actually pick it up and carry it. It's not that hard. I could actually, you could actually travel with this filled, but you don't have a lid that's sealed on the top, so all the water would spill out. You'd want to recreate something and seal it, and then this thing could be like, you could actually walk around with this saltwater system and have fish in here, and they would survive from point A to point B. Now obviously one slip or one fall and it cracks, everything inside there is history, but assuming that it's something you've set out for a while, you could move around with this and be super careful about not spilling water. And I always suggest creating like a plastic lid and then maybe temporarily taping over it so there's no way water can get out. Even if it went sideways, it would be like a sealed off cube, and you could actually travel and walk around with it to transfer your fish. But other methods are, of course, using like a bucket and just putting your fish in a bucket with a lid, which is the same thing, a plastic bucket, which is probably the better option because then it means you can travel this and not have it filled. But for a quick fix, you have to run with something. This is a cool little tank you can pick up and save your expensive little fish in a last minute ditch.